Just imagine the look on Madara and Obito's face when the 4 Hokages show up to kick ass along with Sasuke and everybody that's in this little freaking group right now. So this chapter, I was just like, holy shit, Sasuke finally made up his mind. And honestly, I didn't really know where it was going to go, to be honest with you. I didn't really know if he was going to decide, I'm crushing this village or I'm saving it. And, I mean, I'm glad he made the logical choice. He made the right choice at the end of the day, but it does make a little bit of a conflict here, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, I felt as though Sasuke went full on, yo, it's a wrap. I'm done. It's a wrap. I'm killing everyone. So, with that being said, the person that showed up in this chapter, Karin, she gets Pinhead of the Year award. Pinhead of the Year. Dude tried to kill you like you was a piece of garbage on the street. He didn't give a shit. And you're rubbing up on him. Oh, okay, whatever, Sasuke-kun. Like, Pinhead of the Year, hands down, Karin. Yes, Pinhead of the Year. And the thing about it is that I found interesting about this chapter as well is another thing is we got the Shisui and Kagami situation where basically Kagami was the father to Shisui. Didn't really see that one coming. That was pretty cool. I thought that was a nice little connection. And it really just showed that at the end of the day, a group of people, yeah, there can be a lot of bad apples. There can be a lot of people that are the same type that can do a certain thing that'll piss you off. But at the end of the day, they're not all bad. All of a group of people cannot always be bad. So you have people like Itachi, you have people like Kagami, you have people like Shisui that were trying to do good. And at the end of the day, Tobirama was, in all honesty, even a dick for even having some doubts about Kagami because he said, I didn't hate Kagami, but at the end of the day, I didn't trust him either. And like, you have a dude that's on your team that's riding or dying. He did so many things. Even Tobirama said he did great things for the village, but you still having a little eye on him? I don't know. I just felt like Tobirama, things are real shaky with him. At the end of the day, you do need somebody like Tobirama because when the third was talking, he said basically he had Danzo do the things that he felt he couldn't do. He had Danzo basically doing the dark things of the village, the dirty work, so to speak. And so you kind of need somebody like Tobirama out there, but at the same time, it's just really just a warped thing. And this always goes back to Jiraiya's speech of, you know, one day he hopes that people can understand each other and we can truly embark in a world of peace. And what Madara wants, you know, this fake peace, so to speak. You know, we don't really know exactly what Madara at this point. We have speculation, but we don't even really know because all of it sounds fishy. Even the first said it. So, I mean, like, at the end of the day, you do need a will like Tobirama around, but at the same time, it also conflicts because it's just so wrong. So, where do you go about when you need things like that to make sure you want to keep the peace? As far as, like, you know, between clans and whatnot. Where do you go? Where's the medium between having a Tobirama and a Hashirama? Because at the end of the day, Hashirama wasn't all the way correct neither, putting all this faith in Madara, and it turned out, you know, the way it did. So what's the medium? What's the solution, best way to put it, to have, you know, the best of both worlds, where you don't have this discrimination, but you also don't have this naive eye over everything? I'm just curious about that. Now, overall, this chapter, I found it just overall a good setup for what's to come. I was super excited when you see the Hokages just jumping down, getting ready to go into battle. I'm one of the most things that I'm anticipating, and I want you guys to tell me what you're most anticipating with this whole meetup, is I'm really excited for Minato's reactions to several different things, because to this day, to this moment, shall I say, he still doesn't know that Obito did all this. He doesn't know that his student made all this chaos, so he's gonna feel even more responsible because, you know, you got the Hokages trying to, like, blame themselves for, you got the third saying, you know, it's my fault, everything that's going on is because of me. So, you know, who's gonna really, how shall I say this? I guess the best way to put it is, overall anyway, the Hokages, it's nobody really to blame. Like, that's just the best way to put it. Like, everyone made their mistakes. The first was too naive, the second was too harsh, the third made mistakes because he didn't understand which way to go, and then the fourth ultimately was cut short. So, you know, Minato saying, you know, I let down your expectations. You did the best thing you do. You fought the Nine Tails, and, you know, you also fought a masked man that was trying to kill your kid. You did the best you could. So I can't really fault any of them. They all had their mistakes, and then Tsunade just basically had to deal with everything that was thrown on her table. So, you know, and she made her mistakes as well. She wasn't perfect either. And ultimately, I'm just really excited to see where things are going. Orochimaru, though, is really getting me curious as to what the hell is up with him. Is he really, like, for Orochimaru to be following Sasuke's lead, something is wrong here. Something is wrong. Him saying that, oh, Sasuke's way, he wants to try things his way, he didn't actually copy him like Kabuto did. So, for him to, like, seem as though he's following Sasuke. I feel like things are off. Is Orochimaru actually good or what? That's really one of the big things as well. Like, Orochimaru could turn out to be the most sinister of them all, because we do know now he has a huge power up having Hashirama cells within him. That's really one of the big things as well to this chapter. Again, some of the things that bothered me, big things that bothered me, shall I say, is one, Pinhead Karin. Yes, Pinhead Karin, she pissed me off. Like, he just tried to kill you. Like, you're on the same boat as Sakura. Like, I know females think with their emotions, but this is borderline retarded. Like, dude just tried to kill you a little while ago. What are you doing? Rubbing up on him. It's like, oh, I can't. You know, and Sasuke's face was freaking hilarious when she was rubbing up on him. He's like, hey, what are you doing? Just funny stuff. And ultimately, this chapter, good setup, but there's some things, like I said, Pinhead Karin, and also the whole thing with Sasuke deciding that he's gonna basically protect the village and protect what his brother believed in. While it was also, you know, it was the best choice to make, I feel as though it throws out everything that was built prior to that. Him killing Danzo, him, you know, just basically throwing everything out. I don't care anymore. I want to destroy. So it also conflicts with that. Do you feel as though Kishimoto ruined Sasuke's way as far as, like, his character development? Because it went from, you know, one thing, then another, then he's completely evil at some point, and now he seemingly is going to protect the village. What is your take on it? For me personally, I feel as though this was the best choice, but it also convoluted certain aspects of Sasuke's character and where he was going ultimately. Maybe Kishimoto along the way decided, no, this isn't the way I want to take things, and decided maybe to go a different direction with Sasuke along the way. So he probably didn't have everything planned out, and that's probably why it feels the way it does. So ultimately, those are my main gripes with the chapter. I give the chapter, for a good setup, 3.5 out of 5. It was good setup. The flashback lasted way less than what I thought it was, because there was some crazy rumors that it was like a 6-page flashback, but it was only just one panel, which was interesting. Him, you know, thinking about his brother. In actuality, Itachi's words did change Sasuke in the end, and I respect that. I think that was freaking awesome. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up. Thumbs up if you can't wait for the Kages, the Hokages, the 4 beasts to show up on that battlefield and kick Madara and Obito's asses, along with that 10 Tails. I can't wait. It's going to be hype. Can't wait to see the reunions. It's just going to be madness. I can't freaking wait. That's all I have. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.